2, 3. What is up, guys? It's your boy Ryan the Lion. Today I am here with my two friends. They both graduated from college already, and we are gonna share our top 5 what I wish I knew before going to college. I am a junior here at the Ohio State University.
Hey guys, my name is Dennis, and I just graduated with a degree in accounting from OSU.
Old ass man.
Hi, I'm Yenna. I graduated here from OSU, and right now I'm in pharmacy school at OSU.
Should I go first?
Yeah.
In college, we are always thinking about like how we're gonna make all these friends in college once we go there. But that's not really the case, okay? You're not gonna make friends easily. Making friends is like dating. You have to bring yourself out there and just talk to people. If it's rough, don't let that discourage you. Just bring yourself out there, talk to people, and you'll never know who will become your best friends, like these two right here. You know, just to say this, not everyone will like you, and just be able to handle rejection really well. The ones that love you will stay. You don't need to be friends with everyone. Just know that.
I guess my first advice is if you're gonna go out drinking, make sure you're aware of your surroundings. Let's say it's like 3 a.m. and you're just finished drinking from a party and you decide to walk home alone. Don't do it. Try to bring a friend with you, or like worst case, like don't even have like earphones in while you walk, because you never know like when something dangerous can happen. And I guess the other thing is it's best to just have friends with you, like friends that you trust. I know like in movies and in like 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why or something, like there's like roofing everything. That shit is true. Just make sure you have people around you that you know will never do anything to harm you.
You should definitely like try to hang on to people you like value, even if like maybe you disagreed on like one thing, or you like had a fight on one dumb thing. You always want to hang on to the people you personally value, because I feel like it's really easy to lose touch with people. And that can be like college or like high school too. Like definitely, like if you like meet somebody and you feel like, oh, like, you know, I really like them as a friend, and I respect them like a lot, like as a person, like you should like do your best to do your best to like always reach out to them. If you haven't talked to them in a while, like you can just reach out. Don't be afraid to be like, oh hey, like we haven't talked in a while, like how's it going? Like, you know, like that's totally fine. Don't feel weird about that. But then at the same time, don't like cling to people who are like toxic. I feel like it's important to realize like if somebody you're friends with is not good for you, it's okay to like distance yourself from them, because that's not really going to help you in your life. That's just going to make you more of a sad person.
So that's why choose your friends wisely. My second tip is going to an out-of-state school will help you grow a lot. Because coming from a small island in Guam, I was always dependent on my parents, giving me money, making me food, basically living a really carefree life. Going out here in Ohio has really taught me to be independent. I have a new life. I have to get out of my comfort zone to meet new people.
What if out-of-state college is too expensive?
If out-of-state college is too expensive, then always settle for your cheapest option. Because college is a scam. That's just my personal opinion. But yeah, it teaches you to be independent. It exposes you to a new world and broadens your horizons by learning about new people and new cultures. You get to learn more about the world. You have different perspectives of other things as well, instead of just having one narrow-minded perspective.
This advice is if you are coming from high school and you might have had it easy, you're like a straight A student and everything, but when you come to college, you will have classes where you may fail and it might like break you down. My personal experience is when you take a test or when you do anything, just really try your best, because after you try your best, you won't have any regrets. And then if you don't get the results that you want to get, at least you tried your best. Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, like your grade is not everything.
Also, when you graduate and you try to get a job, those jobs will not give a shit. Don't be too worried about your GPA. Yeah, you'll forget about it, but worry about it if you're going to grad school or if your scholarship's on the line.
This kind of, I guess you could say, goes off of my last point. You should keep it. I feel like keeping an open mind is like really important. I kind of don't understand how people can be really closed-minded. You just close yourself off from so many like different ways of thinking and like ideas. And I hate it. I hate it when people like judge people just based off their opinion of something. I feel like that's really unfair. For example, this is a dumb analogy. If you spill some coffee on like a little piece of paper, you don't need to throw the whole piece of paper away, right? You can still write on the rest of the paper. You can like tear off the piece. So like I feel like people treat other people like that too much. Like they see like a little like stain on the person, they want to throw the whole person away. They really shouldn't. Like there's a lot of other like good parts to that person. The main thing is I just feel like it's important to listen to other people's opinions, not just totally say like, oh, this person likes pineapples on pizza, so I hate them now. Like, I feel like people do that a lot, and I think that's a big mistake. And there's a lot of people I've met where when I first met them, I was just like, I feel like I won't like this person, and now they're like some of my best friends.
I dig that, and that analogy wasn't stupid. It was good. Don't put yourself down like that,
Thanks.
right?
That's why you're my friend.
I have to read out my notes. Sorry, I'm kind of fake. Fuck. Tip number 3: don't be afraid to fail or get uncomfortable. College is fucking hard, man. So you're gonna fucking fail. It's not like fail a class completely, but you might fail a class. It's those little micro failures. Like, oh, I failed this test, so I'm gonna get a bad grade. Let's say a D on one test. Those minor setbacks make for a great comeback. So don't dwell on it. You know, just learn from your mistake. Work hard, but work smart.
Yeah, I guess mine is like on a lighter side. You're gonna have a lot of school breaks. They're gonna be hella long. Winter break, for example. So I recommend that you go somewhere on those breaks. Go to a different country if you can. And if not, go somewhere out of state. Get a bunch of friends, rent an Airbnb. Like, it's super cheap if you do it that way. Because like when you get older, it is harder to go on trips. Really, when you have the chance, go out, travel the world, widen your horizon, because you might not have another chance.
As you get older and you get a job and everything, you will be so focused on your career. You might not have an opportunity like that for a while because you're just too busy with whatever bullshit you're doing, you know? It's not bullshit, but you get what I
A
mean.
little bit. Just kidding.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah, sure.
My next piece of advice for college, and just I feel like this is a very general one. You can apply this way outside of college. Just catch any like bad thought patterns you might have. A good example of this that like affected me in college is just like occasionally I would do bad on a test, like worse than I expected, right? And it would bother me for like a long time. It would affect my later assignments in that class. So like I'd do bad on an exam, and then we'd have an assignment due the same week, and it would like affect me, right? My point that I'm making at is you should recognize when you're making these kind of thought patterns and like mistakes in your thinking. You're thinking in a way that's like hurting you. It's very important to like identify that you're doing that and then like try to stop doing that. I'm sure a lot of people watching like are into some kind of sport or some kind of hobby. You like develop muscle memory, right? And it becomes like habits, right? So your brain can do the same thing for sure. If you have some kind of bad habit in your brain, you need to really like make sure like you identify the habit and like try your best to fix it. Catch yourself when you're doing something that you know is not good, like mentally.
Remember, the smallest habits can lead to bigger change, so don't forget that. For my 4th tip here, invest in yourself. And what I mean by investing in yourself is basically just taking care of your well-being. In college, we eventually fall into the freshman 15 trap, where we just gain 15 pounds in freshman year because, one, we're kind of overwhelmed by our homework and just procrastinating all the time, not doing the most important things first. It's true, I've been through that trap and never will I be in that trap again, alright? What I'm trying to say is, you think you don't have enough time, but it's all about prioritizing your time. For example, I feel like a lot of people fall into the trap of saying, oh, I don't even have 30 minutes to work out, when they're scrolling on Instagram or binge watching a show on Netflix for like 9 fucking hours. You're making a lot of excuses for yourself, ma'am or sir. You just spat on me. A healthy body equals a healthy mind, and a healthy mind equals better performance and a better mindset. Also, having hobbies is very important in college because sometimes when you're overwhelmed by one field, you probably won't want to do it anymore because it gets you unmotivated and you just kind of get overwhelmed by it. So it's always important to have hobbies like photography or film or whatever it may be. For example, I'm doing exercise science, and sometimes there are times where I'm just like, I do not want to learn about the brachial plexus, okay? Like,
What is that?
we don't want to get into that, alright? I kind of forgot most of it, but that's why I do filmmaking and photography, because I like it. It's really fun, and I don't want to learn in college because college is a scam. Self-education is most important, guys. Just know that. Read. Reading is great because it teaches you things that college can never teach you, because there's a wide range of books out there that can teach you about self-development, finances, or whatever may be that is really important in life. Read more, invest in yourself, and that's all I gotta say.
Next advice is please, please, please do not compare yourself to other people. I hate to break it to you, but there's always going to be people who are better than you in some sense. If you keep trying to chase that fact, then you'll never be happy and you'll never be satisfied. And that being said, if you're one of those people who are like the best people, humble yourselves. Don't be like, oh, I'm smarter than the rest of the class. You don't know their situation. Sit down. Be humble. This is how I learned it the hard way. There's always going to be people who are smarter than you, prettier than you, popular than you. Just don't think about that. Just compare you to how you used to be and just work your way up. You're the best.
My next point is pushing your comfort zone is like really important, I think. It's very easy to be complacent and content with like your situation. I feel like people are addicted to the feeling of being comfortable. They think that being comfortable is the end goal. That's not the end goal. The end goal is to constantly grow. If you're being too comfortable with your situation, I feel like that just means that you have given up on trying to make yourself better. You're just too content with how you are as you are right now. And that's fine. Like, you should be happy with how you are, but you should also always be aiming like higher. You should always be trying to be even better. Like, why not? Why would you not want to continue to be like the best version of yourself, right? Pushing your comfort zone is super important. So a great example is I don't think I'm very good at dancing at all. Like, I'm really bad at dancing.
Dude, that's the same for me, actually.
A lot of my
Oh
friends,
God.
a lot of my friends in like my friend group and just the community I'm in, everybody loves dancing. Everybody like glorifies dancing. There's a lot of good dancers in my friend group that dance on stage. But I wanted to get good at it, but I really was just like, nah, Dennis, you don't have to do it. But I said no. Like, if you wanna like try and grow as a person, you gotta like do this thing that makes you uncomfortable. So like, I danced on stage. Ryan did the same thing. I think Ryan's in the same boat as me, and it was really hard. I wasn't as successful as people who are like really good at dancing, but I feel like I got so much out of it that like, regardless of how good or bad I did, it was totally worth it. Just getting practice, being in front of so many people watching you like put on a performance, and just like the praise you get from it, from your friends, the respect that you get from people who see that you're like actually trying to like do something that's difficult for you. That's like really important, and I think not enough people like today do that. People think it's okay to be how you are. People think it's okay to just be comfortable, content with your situation, but you should always be trying to do better. That's like my main point.
Just going off of Dennis's stuff, I'm not great at dancing, but I did it anyway because I felt like it was something that I could get value out of, and I really did. It was just me getting rid of my stage fright. I have crazy stage fright, but I got over it. Just do things that make you uncomfortable. Push your comfort zone. You won't regret it.
We all had a couple too many White Claws.
Oh
Should we
wait,
cheers?
can we get a cheers for that?
Another cheers.
White Claw! Number 5, it's okay to say no. And what I mean by that is, we as college students, sometimes we experience FOMO. If you don't know what FOMO means, it basically means fear of missing Orion.
Shut the hell up.
I'm just joking. It means fear of missing out. Anytime your friends ask you to hang out and you can't hang out because you got other things to do, yeah, you miss out. Like, you have that fear of missing out because you feel like it's the end of the world if you don't go to that event. Just know that college is not the peak of your life, okay? There will be so much opportunities to just dine in with your friends, go out to club parties, and just to have fun. And if you're single, well, there's plenty of opportunities to mingle. Don't worry about it. When you say no to someone, it basically means that you're prioritizing the most important things first. For example, you have an assignment due that day and your friends are asking to hang out, just say no, man. Your education's on the line here, alright? It's important to just get your stuff done. And if you got your stuff done, like, hey, great, do whatever the fuck you want. If you have something that's really important to do it first. Enjoy the college experience, realize what your priorities are. It's a healthy thing to do.
My last advice, if there's one thing that you get out of my advice, it would be just to be kind to yourself. You're gonna have times when you feel like you're the most stupidest person in the world, or that you're not good enough, or that you're just a loser. Like, honestly, you're not. When you can be kind to yourself, you can be kind to others. When you really are in the lowest of your low, which will probably happen in college, don't be afraid to seek out help, because you have a lot of resources there for you and you have a lot of friends. Just use it. It'll be good for you. Just be nice to yourself.
My last thing that I have on this list, and
The best for last right here.
the best for last, honestly, yeah. This is like the biggest conclusion I've made about college and just like life is balance. It's just balance, yeah. I feel like the big mistake like a lot of people make is they like go too far like one way on like whatever spectrum. And specifically with college, it's really good to pick a degree that's gonna make you a lot of money, but you don't want to kill yourself over a degree just for money. So I studied accounting, right? Plenty of people hate accounting. They're just doing it for the money. If you really hate accounting so much, then it's not worth the money at that point. But then at the same time, you don't want to study something that's just not gonna pay at all. So I feel like you need a nice fine fine balance of it's practical and you can make money, but also you have to have some kind of like interest in it. And if you go too far one way or the other, there's going to be like some kind of consequence that you'll deal with.
Basically, you want to make money by doing the things that you love doing. So those are our 5 tips for what I wish I knew before attending college. And I hope you guys got some value out of this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell, right? And I'll see you on the next one.
Go.
오늘은 여기까지. 안녕.
안녕.
Bye bye.
So my hobby is knitting and crocheting. So if you could support me at yarnsandneedles97.yk on Instagram, that would be great.